Hello everybody, Ed Dale here, and welcome to the long-awaited explanation of why I believe Twitter is such a cool thing for internet marketers. And I'm doing this using the Picture Quechua style of 20-second per slide, 20-slide presentations, which I think is pretty cool. So, what is Twitter? A lot of people wonder what's the point. Why would anybody be interested in little snapshots of people's lives? It doesn't seem at first glance to make sense, but I've got to tell you it does. And there's a whole bunch of things, including link building, including selling without selling, and something which I think everybody has missed. First point I want to make that I think makes Twitter so successful, I have to go back to an amazing book written by Paul Zane Pilzer called Unlimited Wealth. And when Paul was writing this, he had one rule, which was a new technology will become accepted and used once it is better and easier to use than the preceding technology. And if you have a look at Twitter, it fulfills all of those rules beautifully. Here's a screenshot, and you can see here I've circled 4 different ways to access Twitter just from my screen, and of course one on my mobile. You can see there's each of those is a way I've set up my browser to access Twitter, which makes it worthwhile. Now, the most important reason I think, except for the secret one, that I think Twitter is so important is this bottom line formula. This is the golden rule of sales. More contact with your client equals more sales. The person who makes the most contact will make the most sales. It just happens. Every internet marketer I know is in that position, and we'll do a lot more on that as we go through. And if you can see here, this is my particular screen here. And again, I use this to keep in touch. It's like micro-blogging. It's an ability for me, even though in a lot of these conversations you have seen here, I was actually stuck on a plane and I was able to SMS. And of course, one of the main benefits of this is if I, for example, type in a post in Twitterrific, that post, well, I've only got 3 places here, but actually what you'll find is that this, because of the way my feeds are distributed, will actually go up to 16 or 17 different places, and I'm sure I haven't even optimized that. Now, Twitter and Google have a very good relationship. Google likes Twitter. It's not one of those magic bullet things or anything like that, but it's just the fact is that Twitter is indexed by Google, and that makes Twitter very useful, particularly in low competition phrases. But here's the thing, and this is the most powerful lesson of all, and this is the thing in all these Twitter guides that I've already seen, which completely get it wrong, I'm afraid. This is indeed the most powerful lesson of all. This is it. I mean, and people completely miss this point. Anytime we're communicating with a sales letter or we send out an email, we're face-to-face communication. In other words, our client, our customers, even if they're not consciously thinking this, have got all their sales defenses up. Oh, I'm getting an email from Ed Dale, he must be trying to sell me something. Oh, I'm getting a video from Ed Dale, he must be trying to sell me something. Here's the cool thing about Twitter. It's like you're a fly on the wall. It's side-by-side communication. I've got a picture there of me and Dan. Now, if Dan says to me, hey Ed, I've just found this amazing site, go check it out. Do I question it? Do I have defenses up? No, I go straight there. Because Twitter, people feel like they're a fly on the wall. And this is such a cool thing. And so for the rest of this presentation, I just want to give you some specific examples of that. And here's Twitterrific on Facebook, Twitter Vision, which is brilliant because you can see here I'm located in London. And that's a cool thing because people who are following me and are interested in what I have to do are fascinated by all that sort of stuff. Now, biggest mistake that people make with Twitter, hands down, biggest mistake. If you use it as an instant message client from a marketing perspective, you're dead in the water. Bye-bye. There's nothing more annoying for people who are following you in Twitter to see conversations they're not part of. How rude. How absolutely rude. That's what instant messages are for, so use them that way. Don't sell. I saw one thing where it just had a list of sales phrases you can use with Twitter. That's just so stupid. If you use it for selling, what are people going to do? They're going to think, oh, here's another face-to-face selling mechanism. You're going face-to-face. You're going head-to-head. They're no longer a fly on the wall. And that's crazy. Twitter, when they first set it up, had a brilliant question. And this has really been the entire reason for their growth. And that question is, what are you doing? Now, this is an excellent question, and it will never, ever fail you. So if you're ever wondering what to put in Twitter, put what you're doing now. That was the reason that this whole thing existed. Now, I'm going to do a video. Unfortunately, I've run out of time this morning to do this, but I'm going to do a video which will show you how to set up Twitter, although perhaps maybe somebody in the 30-day challenge community might beat me to it. And if you do, send me a link and I'll send it out to everybody. But really, it is very simple, and they've made it a lot simpler in the last few days to do it. Now, one of the best things, and this is exactly what I do, when I find somebody who's being really good at something and having a lot of success, I just, funnily enough, copy and follow what they're doing. So you might want to go to these two addresses to see how Dan and I are using Twitter. That's the best way to do it, is to follow us, set up your browser with a Twitter client to have a look. Now, all of these lessons are part of the 30daychallenge.com, which is a completely free way to start out in internet marketing and earn your first $10, as hundreds of people did in the month of August. But it's an ongoing thing. It's happening right now. You can join at any time. You can get into a team and you can take it. It's free. It's no strings attached. There's awesome education. Go to the 30daychallenge.com website and you'll have a look and you'll see all the details of that. It really is a brilliant thing, and there's no catches, no jacket required. It is just simple, hardcore teaching in the simplest possible way. Now, our next lesson that we'll put up in a few days is going to be all about check moves, the brilliant methodology of selling created by Michael Hewitt Gleason. And I'm going to show you how you sell without selling, and it really is the secret weapon of all the most successful internet marketers.